So you let your party level up. Good. And now they're going to want to multi-class in the game of Dungeons & Dragons. How do we do this? Well, the first thing that we got to do is decide what kind of multi-class build we want to play. Today, I'm going to be talking about my traditional Muscle Wizard Battlemage. Now, I'm not talking about that fancy barbarian subclass that they just released. I'm talking about an actual wizard, mostly wizard build that is going to be your frontline Muscle Wizard Battlemage. Now, you're going to have exactly 13 intelligence so that you can multi-class from fighter into wizard, because you're going to start out as a level 1 fighter. Why are you starting out as a level 1 fighter? Because the new weapon masteries are amazing. Plus, it's going to let you wear heavy armor, which is going to be critical because you're going to want to have a lot of points in constitution, and with your strength score, you're going to be able to use whatever weapon you want, including using a two-handed weapon, because that's actually somewhat efficient for this kind of a build. How are we going to make this build work? Well, we're going to be taking some interesting feats later on. For example, if you're going to use that big, heavy two-handed weapon, you can take the new Great Weapon Master and not have to worry about taking a -5. You're just going to get your proficiency bonus to damage on each of your hits. You're not going to be making a ton of hits, but you want them to make them count where you can. You're going to be making some hits, and definitely more later, but we'll get into that in a second. Now, what kind of spells are you going to take from level 2 to level 20 with your War Wizard, which is the subclass from the 2014 that we're going to be using for this build, for a lot of reasons, including its concentration and armor bonuses at level 10 if your campaign lasts that long, as well as your Tactical Mind, which is only give you a +1 with your 13 intelligence, unless you can get a Headband of Intellect from your DM, because if your DM is very nice and gives you that item, it's going to make you even better at what you're going to be doing. But you're going to be mainly focusing on things like Booming Blade from the 2014 spell lists. You're going to be focusing on Shield, Absorb Elements, Haste, Mirror Image, Long Strider, things that don't require concentration, hopefully, or things that can give you a bonus that don't require you to make a spell attack roll or make the enemy make a spell save DC. Eventually, your two best things that you're going to be casting are Tensor's Transformation or Tasha's Otherworldly Guise, as these two spells are going to be very useful in boosting your ability to hit things as a muscle wizard, especially Tensor's Transformation. That spell is great. Your 4th level spells that you're going to want to take are things like Fire Shield, Walls of Force at level 5. Anything that doesn't require a saving throw is your best friend. Bonus points if it gives you a buff or makes you harder to hit in some way, shape, or form. Like Fire Shield gives you resistance that does damage, that sort of thing. Now, you're going to basically play that build all the way to 20. You're going to take things like Warcaster. You're going to take things like Mage Slayer. You're going to take things, anything that can let you hit something better as your wizard. I'm Adapt. Follow me for more tips and tricks on how to play high-level Dungeons & Dragons. And always, roll dice, fuck ice.